guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So this is just generally a bit of a rant about the state of what the SACCONEJOLYs are getting up to, because I go through periods of not covering them and then wanting to cover them quite a bit. And I don't know how long I'll carry on doing this for, because I feel like I can only say the same things, but occasionally there's some like new little tidbits that come in and I'm just like, this is genius. So I'm gonna start off, I don't know, basically I've got two bees in my bonnet about Matt and Anna, and then also Jonathan.
We're starting a podcast, that's all it says. I feel like would you guys want us to do a podcast?
Jonathan has stopped doing, like, on his own channel, the Jonathan Joly, which is basically just like Edie and his eldest daughter, and then him, and they basically do all these different things. The youngest two are sort of like left out on the sidelines. I have noticed this quite a bit. There's definitely like favoritism in terms of which child is the star. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing, because the least amount of exposure their kids get is the best thing, do you know what I mean? But I'm just pointing out there's definitely some form of favoritism going on, just based on what the content is, just based. Jonathan's going through, in his own words, a metamorphosis.
And I feel like I'm in a bit of a metamorphosis. I'm allowing myself, you know, to kind of grow up a bit.
Where he is figuring out like who he is as a person, and he left all the stuff behind in his memoir, blah, blah, blah. And he's been doing a lot of shorts. And the funny thing is the shorts now on YouTube, I don't know if everyone who isn't a content creator is aware, for a very long time, shorts didn't earn you, did they earn you? I don't think they earned you any money. Is that right? I don't do shorts because I do not have the time. I would, do you know what I mean? If it was all about me wanting to make the maximum amount of money, I'd do some shorts, but I just don't want to do the shorts. I don't even make TikToks, just because I'm just like, I cringe at myself if I do that kind of thing. Just talking to a camera and making content, making commentary, fine, but I just find it too much, and I really don't know why. I've got an issue. The thing is that shorts now gives you I think it gives you a similar amount of money or slightly less or whatever. Anyway, you can make more / a lot of money from doing shorts. And ever since YouTube put forward that new legislation, regulation, whatever you want to call it, I've noticed that Jonathan has really been amping up the amount of shorts that he posts. Now, he primarily posts Edie's transitioning. It's never about him. It's never about him, and it's never been about him. So when he says stuff like, oh, I just feel so creative when I do this sort of thing, it's a creative thing.
Because on the short videos and stuff like that, I don't really share me. You know, the thing that I really enjoy doing is I enjoy creating, editing, directing, you know, producing, like all that stuff. And I've been doing it for Anna's career, you know, and now I kind of do it with the little guys a lot. And, you know, I love creating and writing, and you know what I mean?
You know, and it's like, how is this creative? Can I understand that it is somewhat creative, and that's probably the reason why I don't do it, because bloody hell, I don't really think I'm that creative. But the thing is that he's using his kids for that creativity. It's not like he is coming up with something on his own. He's using his kids for that creativity outlet. So it's not really him, and a lot of the time it's the kids dancing and singing and stuff, and that is what is bringing in the views for those videos. So when he says stuff like that, it makes me seriously scratch my head, and I'm just like, but really?
Your friend. Oh.
Another thing to point out, which they go on and on and on and on about the fact that they don't exploit their kids, they're not in it for even though we know that they are. If you really cared about your kids, especially Edie's, like, mental health, well-being, and you weren't exploiting your kids, tell me why you're still putting up all of these shorts, and there are comments which are like not nice, directed to Edie, directed to their eldest who does singing, and just generally even directed to Jonathan, yet he still does it. He says he does it for like a creativity outlet. It's purely money driven, which is the reason why he's been amping it up, because now YouTube have put forward this like new legislation or whatever. I literally got an email sent through the other day telling me that I need to start doing shorts, and I was like, I'm okay, thank you. He's still doing it. He's still doing this creativity outlet, despite there being horrendous, like really bad comments. Always directed at his kids, and directed it himself, but he's still doing it. And we all know that his kids, the eldest ones, actually watch lots of YouTube anyway. They're gonna see that. how is that good for someone who is wanting to transition or is wanting to like figure themselves out in their own space? If they've got a dad who's constantly filming and then people then typing going, no, you're not a girl, and I know everyone has got their own opinions on this kind of thing, and that's not where I'm going down, but I'm saying that some of these comments are really going to mess with a kid's head or even a person's head who is trying to figure themselves out. It's like, if they want to go down this path and you're having all those people just like literally attacking the comment section, how is that going to make them feel? Yet Jonathan still pushes forward. He doesn't really respond to any of the comments. It's like he just makes these shorts of his kids and then just lets it go. And it's even gotten so bad that it has been happening to their kid who likes singing quite a lot, but he'll still post them despite people literally making like TikTok duets and stuff of people like taking the piss out of her voice and things. It's like, I know Anna and Jonathan are used to having a lot of scrutiny and a lot of people not liking them, but you're putting all that pressure onto your young kids who are then going to read those comments. Like, just stop with the shorts. I remember doing a video based on these content creators, and they were saying how they actually quit YouTube doing short form videos because of the amount of people that would post such negative comments. And I do believe it to a certain degree, because people are only seeing a really short thing, and it's people that don't even really know your channel. They're just scrolling and they'll then make a comment and they don't care because they have absolutely no ties to the family or the person. You see it happen quite a lot on TikTok and things.
All of the hate that we got, 90% of the comments on all of our short form video were people attacking us, attacking our kids, attacking our way of life. Realize that hurt people hurt people.
I do get that. However, it's then based on the kind of content that you then decide to post. So if you're then baiting them, which is what this other family were doing, you're obviously going to have a worse reaction. Well, this is what Jonathan is doing. Jonathan knows this is happening, but he just doesn't care. And I just don't know what more there is to say to make him realize that this isn't fair. If you want to be creative on your own terms. Don't drag your kids into it. Secondly, Anna and Matt are off doing literally like couple Q&As and things like that. And I do find it quite funny because I was watching, I think it was a TikTok or something, I can't remember where it was, but I was watching a clip and I've got it for you. I'll play it for you.
In a podcast, should we do that?
Oh yeah, go on.
We'll start in a podcast, that's all it says. I feel like would you guys want us to do a podcast? I feel like we'd have loads to talk about.
I feel like people have asked this before, and I've never really wanted to do it until people started asking us to do it. The only person I'd want to do a podcast with probably is Matt, because
me too.
Otherwise,
no one would listen to just me. So
no, but I feel like that we have quite interesting insight.
I don't understand about this whole thing is she's saying like, oh, I wouldn't want to do a podcast with anyone else. Her and Jonathan literally used to have a podcast. I'm not stirring anything up, but they literally used to have a podcast, and it didn't last like a very long time, but they had a podcast nonetheless. And it's like, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. It's like, I do understand, right? I understand the fact that, you know, your spouse and then also like your best friend, you're not going to have the same relationship. But she's always gone on and on and on about how Jonathan is like her best friend and all of this. But now she's saying like, oh no, I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else. Anyway, I have found this whole thing very strange because Matt and Anna have suddenly appeared as if out of nowhere, literally appeared as if out of absolutely nowhere.
That won't stay up, the handle thing.
Matt's now got this whole Instagram where it's basically just him and Anna, like that is the whole shtick. And I said in the last video I was a little bit sneaky suspicious of Matt's intentions, and I don't want this to stir anything up, right? I really don't. But people were comparing it to like Zoella and Mark, you know, like back in the day, saying that them two were like, you know, it's like a gay best friend kind of thing, and that really like was really cool to watch on camera. And the funniest thing is that quite literally, oh my god, quite literally, right, if you go onto Matt's Instagram and you see like who he's following, that's literally one of the people that he's following. So he knows about this whole thing. He might just really like Mark, like he might really like him, but I'm just saying, like, what are the coincidences? what are the coincidences that this is not what they're trying to conspire up? I'm not sure if YouTube will even let me say the word, so I'll just like flag up the thingy here. But you're talking about like certain like intimate things and things, and they're then talking about it on like Anna's TikTok or whatever, or her Instagram, and it's like, I can't work out who you think your target audience is. It's just ultra confusing. It's just like the Ingham family, where I feel like they can't really work out who their target audience is. So they're just sort of like scrambling into like a mishmash of all these different things, like adult conversation and child conversation. And I get it, like you can literally talk about whatever you want, but if you've got really little kids watching, talking about like that kind of stuff might not be like the thing that you should be talking to them about. It like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, we might be getting some sort of a Matt and Anna podcast pretty soon, so everyone can brace yourselves. I actually like, would I watch it? I'm not entirely, I don't think I would, only because I have no real understanding of, and I obviously you can like get to know people and things, but I just can't imagine lots of people will be interested. What are the kind of things they're going to be talking about? Because if it's like anything adult related, then I'm not really sure where that would fit in. Do you know what I mean? Also, just like their kids will just watch that in the end, and it's just weird. It's like at the minute you see loads of content creators. I saw Brittany, Kira from OK Baby. I've seen a couple of them now selling like vibrators and like toys and things like that, which once again, fine, on your own terms, on your own turf, that's fine. It's even fine if you just don't have, if you're not just like linked to like a kid channel. Do you know, I just feel like it's a little bit too far for me. Do you reckon Anna will do any of those? Do you reckon Anna will do? Do you reckon she'll start doing like sponsored ads for toys and things? I just don't know. At the point, the ground really is just getting deeper and deeper. They have not hit rock bottom yet, and I don't know how much further I can go. I really don't. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.
I can't believe you're laughing with your friend. Oh.
Big round of applause from Matthew.